What's up everyone, we are back and it is now officially indoor cycling season. And for some of you, that's going to mean that you're going to be upgrading your trainers or buying your first smart trainer for an indoor cycling app like Zwift. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing everything you need to know before you buy your first smart trainer. So if you are in that boat or looking to upgrade your smart trainer, stay tuned because this is the video for you. Now to get things started, I'm going to give a brief overview of each different type of smart trainer, and there are sort of three different categories here that I think these trainers will be falling into. And that is the wheel-on trainers, and these are generally going to be the most basic trainers. They're going to be also the cheapest, they're going to be the easiest to use, but they're also going to be the least reliable, the least accurate, and they're going to have the worst specs out of all of these trainers. Now for beginners, they are great, but they're becoming less and less popular by the day because direct drive trainers, which is the next category, have really become a lot more budget friendly and are a lot better for the most of the riders out there. So that actually brings us to our next category, that is direct drive smart trainers. Direct drive smart trainers are going to give you the most realistic road feel, and that is going to make you have a lot more enjoyable of a ride, and it's going to make things a lot more realistic because you're going to have better specs, which means you're going to be able to have a higher maximum simulated gradient, you're going to have higher max power and everything like that. So just the specs overall on a direct drive trainer are going to be a lot better. And if you're wondering what direct drive trainer is, it means that you're going to take off your rear wheel and actually mount that onto a trainer, which I have pictured right now. So you can see here that it's sort of you're sort of going to be riding with this simulated wheel. It's going to be a drivetrain. It's going to be a flywheel that you're going to be powering in order to produce power and ride and pedal your avatar around on Zwift or other indoor cycling apps like Ruvi, IndyVelo, all of those fun apps. Now the next category is smart bikes, and as you can expect, those are sort of at the pinnacle of everything. They are going to be the highest spec, they're going to be most expensive, but they're also going to be the most premium out there, and it's going to give you a lot more versatility. Say if you have multiple family members who are going to be using this trainer or smart bike. So it's basically going to be a spin bike that you're going to be having that's going to be sort of suited for indoor cycling apps like Zwift or Ruvi, and those are going to work a lot better with the apps. They're going to have a lot more accurate power reading. They're going to have more realism, so it's going to be able to simulate gradients and stuff like that. Some of them even go up and down, like the Wahoo Kicker bike that I have pictured up on the screen right now. And yeah, that's just a brief overview of the three different categories of smart trainers. Alright, so use case. Use case is the next big thing that's going to sort of determine what kind of smart trainer you're going to be willing to invest in. First category of riders is going to be those who are looking to be riding indoors pretty much all year long. So these are going to be riders who are going to be putting a lot of their miles indoors, and that could mean that you're going to be willing to invest a lot more in your indoor smart trainer because you're going to want it to be a lot more reliable and realistic feeling. This could mean that you're going to invest in something like the Wahoo Kicker Move, and that's just an example. I'm going to explain this a lot more later on down the road, so do keep that in mind. The next group of riders, you may be looking to share this with other people, and that means that you will be needing to switch off the bikes. So you may need a 10-speed bike or an 11-speed bike on at different times. So way to simplify this is by using Zwift Ready trainers, which are trainers that are equipped with Zwift's Zwift cog, and I have a picture of that up on the screen below. It's basically just a one cog system that allows you to use a bunch of different bikes on this one trainer. So if you are somebody who's going to be sharing the bike trainer, then you're going to be wanting to invest in something that is Zwift Ready. Now the next thing is ease of use. Some of you don't want to have to really think about what you're doing. You want to just be able to get your trainer on and just get riding indoors. And this is going to mean that you're going to want a trainer that's very, very easy to use. And if that is you, I would recommend looking towards these Zwift Ready trainers or an easier wheel-on trainer like the Wahoo Kicker Snap. Now I'm going to be providing full recommendations at the end of the video, so do stay tuned for that. Now, moving on to another thing that I think a lot of Zwifters really miss when they're taking into account what they should be purchasing is the whole Apple TV dilemma. Now, Apple TV only lets you pair up to 2 different devices on Bluetooth network, but you can bypass this by having one trainer that sort of rebroadcasts everything so that you just have one connection taken up by your trainer, heart rate, cadence, and everything like that, as opposed to having everything as separate sensors like you normally would with most trainers. So you might want to look towards the Elite trainers or the Jet Black trainers because those two lines do have the ability to rebroadcast ANT+ signals or other Bluetooth signals into one signal that will allow you to connect multiple devices to your Apple TV without having to worry about the 2-device limitation. Alright, now just another thing that I want to talk about is if you are looking at different options and you want to describe me your use case, please do that in the comment section below and I will personally help you decide what trainer I think would be best for you. You don't have to listen to my advice, but if you want my advice, let me know in the comment section below and I will go ahead and help you. I generally respond pretty quickly to the comment section. Moving on to the video. Now, some of you may have heard of dumb trainers or Z-Power, and that is essentially using a trainer that isn't necessarily compatible with Zwift, one that doesn't really read real power numbers. It may give you cadence and speed with the use of a speed and cadence sensor, and these are generally wheel-on trainers. But if you are using that, just know that you'll be riding on Z-Power, which doesn't let you ride in most Zwift races. So do keep that in mind. It is going to be the cheapest option if you are looking for something just bare bones that will let you ride on Zwift. You can use Z-Power or this estimated power system through these basic wheel-on trainers, but just know that it won't give you the full functionality of Zwift if you are doing that. Alright, now moving on to the part that most of you were waiting for, and this is my sort of brief recommendations list. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read off this list for the different things, the different trainers that I would recommend based off of the different use cases that I've described earlier on in this video. Alright, now if you're looking for the best Zwift setup possible and you're looking to do this year long, you're going to be using this a ton, I would recommend going with a full-on smart bike like the Wahoo Kicker Bike V2, and that is going to be a very sturdy and realistic smart bike that's going to allow you to do everything you possibly need to do indoors. It's got all the latest features, all the latest tech, and it lets you customize it so that it's different heights and different lengths so that you can fit it to different people in your family or other riders in general. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is if you're looking for a smart frame or a smart bike, but you're on a budget, I would recommend checking out the Zwift Ride with the Wahoo Kicker Core. I have it linked in the description below. That's going to give you a much more budget-friendly option, but it's not going to be as decked out as, say, the Wahoo Kicker Bike. Next thing, if you're looking for a direct drive trainer and you're looking for a really, really good one that you're going to be able to use all year long, or if you're a really serious indoor rider who's willing to make the investment, I would recommend checking out the Wahoo Kicker Move, and that's going to give you the extra moving realism. And if you don't need that moving realism, then I would just go for the regular Wahoo Kicker V6. Both are very solid options, but the Kicker Move, only difference is that it can move forward, backwards, which gives you just a little bit more flex and a little bit more realism in your ride. Now the last one that I'm going to mention is the Jet Black Victory, and that is for those of you who are just looking for a setup that can get everything done with your indoor riding. If you can find one in stock, these are absolutely amazing. I've heard great things about the Jet Black Victory, and they're going to be coming in at a lot more budget-friendly option for a direct drive trainer. It's going to be the cheapest direct drive trainer that you'll get with the functionality that it does have. So Jet Black Victory, very solid option if you can pick that one up. That just about wraps up the things that I think you should know and consider before you purchase a smart trainer. If you have any questions or comments for me, please let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please leave a like, subscribe, and with that, see you all next time and ride on.